today. We are friends because our children are in the same school together. We become mom friends. And I brought you on today to be part of our celebration of motherhood for Mother's Day. So I was just hoping you could tell everyone your name and sort of a little bit about your path to motherhood and where you are.
Yeah, my name is Valerie, and I have a 4-year-old son. It's been a fun journey. I am also a certified lactation counselor, and I run a business called Jackrabbit Juju, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. So while Dina's at school, I am working on my businesses, and it's been a fun journey.
How did you get into the lactation world?
Well, I had some struggles with breastfeeding, and so I realized that there just wasn't much information out there that I needed. I had taken a class that was either a 3 or 4 hour class on a weekend, and I took so many notes and was just really excited about it and felt like I was just as prepared as I possibly could be. But when the day came, I did have struggles, and I didn't really have many resources. And shortly after Dean was born, we were in COVID, and so I didn't really want strangers coming into my home. And so I did as much research as I possibly could. And after kind of working through so many things, I realized that was a big passion of mine, and that I wanted to become a certified lactation counselor and help other moms too.
Awesome. In doing that work, what do you think is one of the most important things to tell moms that are trying to have a breastfeeding journey?
I would say learn as much as you can beforehand, but also make sure you find a support team, other moms that are breastfeeding, and to trust your instincts too. Some people might tell you not to breastfeed for 3 hours, but if your baby's there crying and wants some milk, give it to them. And skin to skin is so important. Just being with your baby and bonding and spending that time together, learning each other and getting to know what they need is key to breastfeeding.
It's so beautiful. And I had started out on my own journey to do breastfeeding myself, and it didn't go as planned. Like, I don't think it ever does. And so I feel like I was supported by the lactation community to go in either direction, which was wonderful. I feel like when I chose to end, I did go to formula feeding after a certain amount of months, and there was just let's just get your baby fed mentality coming from the lactation community, as well as the community that was doing formula feeding. And so I really appreciated that. And I don't know if that's in your training, but you all do a wonderful job of that. How do you feel about sort of advocating for folks just trying to feed their kiddo in one way or another?
I mean, the baby's got to be fed somehow. So I think, figuring out whatever works for you and your family is the most important thing.
Awesome. And then on top of this, you also have a small business and run that yourself from home and are a stay-at-home mom. So how do you balance all of that?
Well, I don't know. I'll let you know when I figure it out. I think involving my son in a lot of things is helpful. Sometimes he'll come and sit in the studio with me, and I give him a project to work on, and he'll take metal and he'll file it down, and he's just very curious. And it's, there's some things that I do work on that are not very kid friendly. I do solder, and but he understands that he has to stand back, and he wears his little safety glasses when he's watching, and it's fun. It's been a really fun bonding experience for us.
I can't imagine what a memory that's going to be for him as he thinks back on that. And so is there one thing you would want a tip you would tell moms out there for just navigating motherhood? If you've got a 4-year-old, that's a rocky 4 years. That's the trenches. Those ages are really hard.
Yeah.
Any tips you'd give anyone?
I guess probably a few tips. I would say that kids like to have jobs. They like to participate in things. And so, I feel like when my son is fussy and he's, just looking for something to do, I give him a job to do or invite him to join me in what I'm doing. And also sometimes those fussy times, I've realized it's like he's typically either hungry, he's tired, or he's just looking for connection. And so I need to kind of figure out which one of those things is it. And another thing would be the phases that we've gone through with so many different challenges. I feel like once we work through it, there's always a new one that comes up, and just knowing that it really is truly a phase. So all of those challenges, you're going to have something, it's going to end eventually, but you'll have, exciting new things to look forward to after that.
Well, I'm excited to our future as mom friends and seeing our 2 kids grow up at school together. So I really appreciate you joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you.